Hello. After a few days, here is the final part. We have the Great Discovery in Season 12. Stanley, like I just said, was introduced in the Great Discovery, which was the second and last model era film. Well, third if you consider Magic Railroad canon. He was practically brought to Sodor to do Thomas's work while he was helping restore Great Waterton. After Thomas had an accident, he took over. and he and he was put in charge permanently of the project, much to Thomas's anger. Later, when Thomas went missing after failing to make Stanley look bad, Stanley realized how Thomas felt and found him. They reconciled and finished Great Watson together. Stanley then made a few appearances in the following season, season 12, and I think he had like supporting cast roles in episodes like Thomas puts the brakes on, Gordon takes a shortcut, James works it out, etc., etc. And, and in the CGI era, Stanley was mainly used at the shunting yard as one of the background engines, but he had speaking roles from time to time. His most recent one I can think of would be in season 20 in Pouty James. Stanley is perhaps the definition of the word unused or underused, as he is the least used out of all the hit ear characters to make it into CGI. I know I know what some of you are thinking. Does Rosie not exist to you? She does exist to me, but Mattel actually did something with Rosie, whereas, as my friend once put it, they did this grand build-up for Stanley only to do nothing with him afterwards. In my opinion, Stanley is a really good character. I mean, just look at him. Oh yeah, I kind of just weathered these two, so along with a few other characters. So sorry if they're a bit dirty. Personality wise, Stanley's pretty alright. Doesn't have the most original person. Well, I guess he kind of does. As he's described as like the new cool kid on the block, but that's all we really know about him. I think it said that he had a cocky side to him, which I think would have been really nice. Overall, I really love Stanley. Really great character. Now on to the big boy himself, Hank. Hank first and only appeared in the season 12 episode Heave Ho Thomas. He was brought to Sodor presumably to help with the heavy goods, as based in fan content. That's really what he did. And and since Thomas was new engine phobic towards him, sorry, that's the oven in the background. I got pizza rolls. Uh, yeah, needless to say, when Hank called Thomas one of the finest little engines he's ever seen, Thomas did not take too kindly to this. And so he did everything in his power to prove Hank that he was more than just a fine little steam engine. He was really strong, which is ironic considering Thomas's basis, the real life E2, wasn't really that successful. And so Hank basically just went with Thomas so he could see important places on Sodor before they had to go to a welcome party at Napford for him. So how come Hank gets a special party, but none of the other characters introduced do? So actor Thomas pushes himself too hard and he breaks down. He finally accepts Hank's help, and together they manage to make all the deliveries on time before heading to Napford for the party. And then that's pretty much how the episode ends. There's not really much about Hank other than he's just a big, happy, friendly, strong, jolly guy. I think he was meant to have more older features as well as a mustache, but Hit Entertainment did not want that and they wanted to make him look slightly younger. Hank is there's not really that much about Hank though. I mean, there's a bunch you could do with him. It's just like I love Hank, but I kind of put Flora as as my favorite season 12 character, mainly thanks to fan content and stuff I do with friends. I mean, Hank's livery though is actually pretty nice, as I think it's meant to resemble the American flag, USA. So as it red, white, and blue, that's pretty nice. I mean, it's whatever you want to like do with the hit air characters, like write your own stories for them. Because like overall, there's not really that much to many of the hit air characters aside from Whiff, Rosie, Stanley, and Rocky that we could use in story potential. But aside from that, I think Hank's a pretty nice character. Not the best, but he's not the worst. And that's it.